Hello everybody, welcome to our track preview here. It's round 11 of the FI Motocross World Championship. We're at a brand new circuit in Lombok. We continue our tour through Indonesia and we've got a brand new purpose-built facility here this weekend. Right now I'm still on the first turn, but just take a look behind me. You see the start straight, nice and wide, and as it sweeps through the first turn here, the riders immediately pass the foxhole shot there just in the background. Now the ground at the moment, let me just point this down, see the nature of the ground. Talking to some different people in and around the paddock today, and on the top has a bit of a crust to it. Looks like it might be similar coursey kind of dirt to what we have in maybe Uddevalla, maybe Loket, something like that, which means the track is going to break down and become quite edgy and square edges and things like that. But then at the same time, on different parts of the track that have been freshly ripped, it's quite soft underneath. So until we get riders out on the track, it's going to be difficult to ascertain as to how this track will break down. Just look over my shoulder here and you'll see we've got grandstands built along there, and beyond there is also elevated standing position around the racetrack, and that's on both sides of the track. And it's quite a narrow track in that it goes out one way, a couple of loops through the middle, comes back on itself, 1640 meters long. So let's take a look at one or two of the other areas on the racetrack. We've covered the start, we've covered the foxhole shot. Let's go a little bit further down, because there's a long straight down the middle that has a good series of wave section. Well, just halfway around my track walk here, bump into a couple of Yamaha guys actually, Rick Elzinger, Thibaut Beneston. Guys, you're almost at the end of your track walk. We're in Lombok. Thibaut, first impressions?
Actually, for start, it's really hot. The track is full of jump and waves, so it's not gonna be too relaxed. I think it's gonna be even more physical than last weekend. So we need a lot of focus, and let's see.
And also the track, Rick, the start straight looks quite hard and quite compact, but elsewhere where we're standing now looks quite soft and heavily ripped. Do you think it will stay soft, or you think it's going to pack down to something like Loket where we get square edges?
Well, yeah, it's a bit difficult to say right now. When you check, it's really soft, but yeah, I think with a bit of water and maybe a bit of riding, the lines are gonna be like real lines or walls or berms. I don't know, we'll have to see, but I hope there are gonna be some lines and to make it more nice to race on, with some more lines everywhere on the track.
All right, best of luck guys, enjoy the rest of your track walk. Good to see these two guys enjoying their time here, but one thing they did say, yes, it's going to be hot, and with all of the different obstacles, jumps, waves, that kind of thing, of course it's going to have a physical element to this racetrack. Talking of which, let's go back to the wave section that I was just about to go and show you a few moments ago, shall we? Now, one thing you'll see around this racetrack, there are quite a lot of waves and different wave sections, and they come in all different shapes and sizes. Just behind me here, coming out of turn 5, we've got 3 rollers quite close together. We're stood on a 4th one here, and as we head through the next left, we hit this huge Monster Energy triple jump here. And you'll see what I mean. Beautiful blue sky, point to point, probably around about sort of 25, 27 meters, something like that. So you've got that physical element coming through that right-hander, through those waves. Got to get everything perfect before you hit the takeoff and make that landing over there in the distance. A couple of waves as you come out of the turn, and then just over there by the yellow banners, that next sweeping turn, and we'll take a look at it now. I think it's got about 8 or 10 waves all the way down the straight through the next right-hander before it tightens up right over there in that far corner. So let's take a look at that now, shall we? So I'm just midway through that long wave section. What am I, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here? You can still see there's another 4 or 5 that continue on before tightening right up over there in that corner. Why is this part of the racetrack significant? Well, as we said, it's going to be warm, it's going to be quite a fast track, riders always pulling, working hard on the front end, and just to get this perfect lap after lap. Of course the track is going to break down and deteriorate as well, so you've got a good sweeping section through here, but then towards the end it tightens up. So at some point you're going to be hard on the gas and then having to get off just to change direction, get the front end high again, maybe double a couple here and there, who knows. But probably one of the crucial points on the racetrack here is this long sweeping wave section here in Lombok. Following on from that wave section, just look over there in the corner, that's the right hander that follows. Then as we swing through this next left, look, we've got a little offside single to the inside. We have an option here to double up onto this plateau, or if I come around this side, if you go through the inside, obviously you hit this, take off slightly higher there so you can double up over this plateau. And as you get the other side, there is also a single going in to that next left-hander. So it'd be interesting to see who goes around the outside, doubles on and doubles off into this part of the racetrack here behind me. So you can see how technical the racetrack is here in Lombok. The final part of the racetrack then, the run down towards the finish line, over the little ramp double that comes out of a left-hand turn, and then we follow this sweeping left all the way through over a single and out towards the Monster Energy finish line jump, and then that eventually turns 180 degrees back onto the start straight to conclude the lap here in Lombok.